Hello everyone, and this is Phoenix here, and today we're going to be doing a pickup video for the month of June. And well, I don't know if you guys remember, but in my last pickup video I said I was going to be moving in July, and yeah, things have been going pretty smoothly with that. And just so you know, this will be the last pickup video I'm going to do in this spot right here. Well, at least in this house anyway, because normally I do them in my bedroom, like where I sleep, where this is in my game room, but yeah, my bedroom's a bit messy right now, so yeah, so I can't really do it in there right now. But either way though, so let's just skip all the bullshit and go on to the good stuff. Alright, so the first one we're going to take a look at here is a Super Nintendo game. By the way, I'm just grabbing them out of random, and it is Faceball 2000. And yeah, this game is really cheap. I got it for like $5, which, you know, whatever. I mean, this game's actually alright. It's kind of funny because, like, you know, it's just a game where you're just using a happy face and just shooting at other happy face, and it's a first-person shooter, and it's meant to, like, you know, not be taken seriously. But yeah, I don't know, it's an okay game. It's kind of weird or whatever, but for a really cheap game, I just wanted it just for the sheer fuck of it though. But yeah, it's a pretty okay game. But one thing that is interesting about it, well, at least with the Game Boy version, is that in the Game Boy version, you can actually play up to like a shit ton of people if you actually have enough like Game Boys and cartridges, which is, I think, is pretty funny for a first-person shooter on the Game Boy, which is just weird to think about, but it's pretty amusing. So yeah, in this one it's only 2 players, and I think you can play co-oply and competitive with each other, I believe. I can't remember. I only played this one once for a little bit, but yeah, it'll be something I will get around to do like a video on or something. And then over here is another Super Nintendo game. It's the only other one, and it is Contra III: The Alien Wars, which is awesome. Well, as you know, Contra is just an awesome series, and as for the Super Nintendo version, yep, definitely awesome right here. Though the one part of it that is like kind of weird is like there's this top view part, and yeah, those parts are really annoying though. But other than that though, it's definitely like a really fun game. It's really hard, and it has like the awesome music and the awesome weapons and whatnot, and yeah, it's just a really good fun time, but also very challenging. And I forget how much I paid for this one. Unfortunately, I can't remember. I think it was about like 35 or something. I forget, but it was around that price. But either way though, definitely a really good find. And also, it just looks like in really good shape too. So yeah, can't go wrong there. Alright, and then over here is an NES game, and this one is one I actually heard about very recently from someone who did a video on it, and that is Error Fortress. And the person that did the video on this one was Top Tier Game Reviews. He did a video like doing kind of like a review for this game, and well, it was a really good, well put together video, and this game interested me because of that. So yeah, I gotta thank you for doing that video. But yeah, this game is pretty cool. It's very underrated, I'd say. I mean, I think a lot of games from the company HAL, I don't know if you can see that, but how they put out a lot of like really like underrated games for the NES and the Super NES. The other ones I can think of are Arcana on the Super Nintendo and Kabuki Quantum Fighter, just to name a few. I mean, most people know them from like Kirby or like Super Smash Bros. Or that one game that is notoriously bad, Daydreaming Dave or whatever, but I've never played that one. But as for this though, it's really cool. It's like it starts out to be like kind of like a shoot 'em up, and then it goes into like you go like outside of your like hover thing. It's not actually the spaceship here. You kind of have like a hover bike sort of thing. It's weird. Then you go outside of that, and everything's all like anti-gravity and stuff. It's really cool. It kind of feels a little bit like Blaster Master, but not really. I don't know. It's the easiest way I can explain it, and I got it for like $5, so, you know, can't go wrong there. But yeah, this game is definitely really cool though. Alright, now the last NES game here is The Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, based after the movie, which, you know, a lot of people say this game is really bad, but I'll be quite honest with you, I actually kind of enjoy this one. I think it's actually pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but, you know, it's definitely better than a lot of the other games that are from LJN, though. But yeah, as for, yeah, like, I really like it. It's pretty interesting how this game actually has 4 players, which is a little odd, but, you know, whatever. I mean, that's kind of interesting, but, yeah, it is a really tough game, and, of course, it takes time to get used to, so, of course, you know, I guess some people may not like it for that, but as for me, though, I'm pretty patient, and, you know, I usually do give games, like, a big chance and whatnot, so... Yeah, I don't know, I really like this one. It's not, like, the greatest game I'll ever play on the NES, but it's definitely not nearly, like, the worst game that you'll play on the NES. There's far worse games than this. And, unfortunately, I can't remember how much I paid for this one. I think this was, like, $20 or $25 or something. I can't remember. It was either one of the two. And then, over here is my only Sega Genesis game I got, and this was one I wanted for quite a while, but just never found it, and it is Thunder Force 2, which is an awesome shoot-'em-up. It's really cool. It has, like 2 different modes, like it has, like, an overhead view mode, where you have to, like, shoot up all the bases, and then, like, the other mode where it's, like, a side view, and you're, like, inside it. It's really neat. And, yeah, it doesn't have the manual, but, you know, that's okay. But yeah, this is definitely a really fun game. I really like the music in it, and, well, obviously the music with the best one would probably have to be 4, but, you know, this one is still, like, has a really good soundtrack, though, I find. But yeah, this one is definitely a really fun game. I definitely would recommend people to get this one if you can, because, well, if you really like shoot-'em-ups, I definitely recommend it. It's definitely one of, like, the really good ones you can get on the Genesis, and I think I paid, like, $35 for this, if I remember. And over here, we have 2 Vita games. And this one over here is Persona 4 Golden, which I finally got it. I've been trying to get this game ever since I got my Vita, but I just never found it for some reason. But, yeah, so what else can I say about Persona 4 is that, well, as you know, I love this series, and I love this game. I've talked about it, like, many times before, and yeah, this one, definitely a really good game. I mean, this is probably the best version to play if you have a Vita and you've never played Persona 4 at all, or even if you have played it on PS2, it's at least worth, like, looking into it again, because they added in, like, quite a lot of content with this one, so, yeah, this one is definitely really good, and not only that, but, well, there's not much else I can say about it. I mean, it's fucking Persona 4, but with, like, additional content and more stuff to do. I mean, yeah, that's definitely great. And then this one is a more recent one, and this one is Neptunia Action Unleashed. Blech, blech. Yeah, I always fuck up that up, but yeah, Hyperdimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed. And this one is not like the regular series of the games. It's because normally these are like RPGs, and this one is actually more like a hack and slash beat 'em up, much like Dynasty Warriors or that Senran Kagura. I can't remember the name of it there, but you know, it's that really weird one there. But either way, though, this game is it's actually pretty fun. Not the best of its kind, but, you know, it is pretty amusing for what it is. I mean, it's funny, like what you would expect it to be. I mean, I don't know, I think this shit's funny, but not for everyone, though, then that's totally fine. And, of course, you know, in this one, if you get beaten up, a lot of your clothes start to rip off, which is, you know, a bit of on the weird side, but at the same time, it can also be kind of funny at times, but of course, if you guys are not a fan of that, at least in this game, they do give you an option that you actually can turn that off. I mean, you have to unlock it, though, but it doesn't take any time whatsoever, but at least it's there. So, you know, can't go wrong with that, but yeah, pretty fun game, I'd say, though. Alright, now we're going to go into some PS2 games, and this one right here is Valkyrie Profile 2, which this game is pretty great from what I've played of it so far. And, yeah, it does have everything, which is good. Although the manual's in kind of shitty shape, but, you know, whatever. I actually didn't pay that much for this one, to be honest. I only paid, like, $15, and that's really good, considering that I see this game for, like, $20. So I was like, yeah, awesome. So, yeah, so from what I've played of this game, I'm playing through it, like, pretty recently. I'm only about, like, 2 hours into the game so far, and, well, I already really like it a lot. I mean, it's really cool. It's, like everything is on like a side view, like the overworld and like the dungeons and stuff. In fact, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Castlevania game, a little. Like, I don't know if that's really like accurate, but it's like the closest thing I can think of, because there's like platforming you have to do. Well, like every time you go into battle, it goes to a completely different thing where it kind of plays like well, I can't think of an example off the top of my head. Well, actually, it kind of plays similar to Quest 64, but only that it's a lot better than that. But yeah, it's a really cool game. It's hard to describe for off the top of my head, because there's like a lot of shit going on, but yeah, it's definitely a really good game. I've played the first one on the PlayStation 1 for like a little bit, but it was on an emulator, and well, I sucked ass at that one. In fact, this one's actually pretty hard too, but I think this one is a bit easier though. But that's just what I think, because I mean, at least this one I'm actually like getting there. But yeah, definitely a really good RPG on the PlayStation 2. Even though there's like a shit ton of them. Oh, and this one here is one that's based after an anime that I happened to do a review on for this year, and that was Lupin III, Treasure of the Sorcerer King, the Sorcerer King. Yeah, I'm reading it on the back here. And it is complete too, which is cool. So yeah, I had to. So after seeing like the anime for the first time, at least the original one, and I found out there was a game about it that got released here, I was like, maybe I should go out and find that. And I did, for about $5. Awesome. So yeah, I wanted to get this one because of that, and from what I've played of it, it's okay. I mean, it's not a terrible game so far, but it's not a great game, but it definitely does have its charm. Like, it has like all the voice actors, which I think is really cool, and so yeah, it really has that charm, which is, you know, is a good thing for this kind of thing, because, you know, imagine this and they like fuck that all up. I mean, yeah, that would just not be the greatest thing ever. But either way though, it's a pretty okay game. I think this one is mostly if you're like a fan of the series, but I definitely would like to do a review on this and some of the other games that they made, but yeah, we'll get there eventually. Also, one other thing I'll mention. Normally I don't mention other things that are not gaming related, but I'll just show this because it was just so ironic, was that I was at my thrift store. I found the book for like $1. Yeah, well, it's a manga book, but you know. And unfortunately, I can't read it because, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's all in kanji, so yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but I really wanted to get it though, just because, you know, it's just kind of a cool collector's thing, I guess. I don't know, like, you know, it's related to something I like, and yeah, it was just such a neat thing, especially to find that at a thrift store for $1, so yeah, and I found it like around the same time when I found this, so I was like, oh wow, that's fucking neat, man. So yeah, I don't know, I thought that really amused me, but either way though, I really like the anime. The books, I would really like to get more of them, but of course in English. And as for this game, yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm okay with it. And then the last PS2 game is a combo pack disc of The King of Fighters 2000 and 2001. Unfortunately, there's no manual, but it does have both games in it, so you know that's really cool. So yeah, it comes with, yeah, you know, 2000, 2001. Now, I have played 2001, and I think it's a pretty good version of it. I mean, I don't know, I didn't see much issues with it, but it's fun. I really like it. When I tried to play the 2001, for some fucked up reason, like, the game works, but for some reason it, like, the screen just turns black, but I can still hear all, like, the sound effects, like the music from the intro and whatnot, so I really have no idea what the fuck is up with that, but what I think it is that I know on my PS2 I use Component on my PS2, and I use it for recording purposes because this makes it easier, and also that it looks nicer, like the words don't look as blurry, or like small text or something like that. And when I try and play a PS1 game using a component cable, that exact thing happens. So it's just kind of weird that 2000 is like that, because it's not a PS1 game, it's a PS2 game. I have no fucking clue, but either way though, from what I played at 2001, yeah, it's definitely a pretty good one, and I think I paid like $12 for this, so yeah, couldn't go wrong with that. Alright, and now we got one Wii U game, and this one I got for a surprisingly decent price, and that is Donkey Kong Country Returns, Tropical Freeze. I was gonna say Frozen for some reason, but yeah, either way. Yeah, so yeah, I finally got this game, finally. Yeah, it has everything. And, yeah, because normally, the reason why I haven't got it was because it's, like, kind of a lot. And it's, like, still is, like, a lot of money when you try and get it brand new, but I got it used, and I got it for, like, $30, surprisingly. I was like, holy shit, really? So you guys are selling this for $30, and he's like, yep. Like, okay, well, I'm fucking taking that. So, yeah, $30 for a used version of this, yeah, definitely awesome. So, yeah, now as for the game itself, I've been playing it a lot recently, and, well, it's really good. Obviously, not nearly as good as the Super Nintendo games, because, you know, it's kind of hard to improve upon the Super Nintendo games, because, you know, they're just so good as they are, is that, yeah, it's kind of hard to improve that, but this one is definitely better than the, the one on the Wii, the Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like, that one wasn't bad, but there were some things about it I didn't like, and this one is better than that one, but, you know, not as good as the Super Nintendo ones, but, you know, that's pretty obvious, but either way, though, it's still a really fun one, and it's also really hard and can be pretty frustrating at times, but it is definitely a pretty good game to get on the Wii U. Then we have one regular Wii game, and this one, unfortunately, I haven't gotten around to playing it yet, and that is Sin and Punishment, Star Successor. Yeah, I haven't played this one yet because of, unfortunately, all my batteries are packed, and, you know, because they're packed, I can't really use my Wii because I can't get to, like, the menus and shit. So that's the reason why I haven't played it yet. And the only pair of batteries I have are the ones in my camera right now, which I'm using to film this video. So, yeah, that I just can't. But either way, though, from what I do know of this game, it's, the original version was for the N64, and it never came out outside of Japan, which is unfortunate, because it looked like a pretty cool game. But I know you were able to get on the Wii's Virtual Console, though. So, yeah, so this is pretty much, like, a remake or maybe a sequel or something. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, it's just a new game, and, well, it definitely looks like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to try it once I move out of here, because, you know, it looks like a pretty fun game. And not only that, but also, I only paid like $10 for it, surprisingly, because I know when I was at Walmart, they still sell this game for like $50, and I'm like, fuck that. And then we got one Xbox game, and there's not many Xbox games that I really want, but of course there are some that I will see and that I will want to get eventually. And this one right here is Dark Watch, and yeah, believe it or not, it's published by Capcom, which is a little weird, but still, either way. And yeah, it has everything, which is all cool. Yeah, I actually didn't pay anything for this game. I got it for free when I got 2 of the PS2 games, and this one happened to be cheaper than the other ones, so yeah, it was free. So yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, as for Dark Watch, I've played it. It's a first-person shooter, and you're like a cowboy guy. In fact, he kind of, like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but he kind of looks like Chikon the Forever Man a little bit, but just instead of having 2 swords, he has 2 guns. So yeah, that's pretty fucking badass looking. So yeah, it's like a first-person shooter. You're the cowboy guy. Forget his name there. I can't remember. But he basically he's pretty much like turning into like a vampire sort of thing, and you just gotta kill like a bunch of people and shit. It's really fun. You gotta kill demons and all that good shit. And there's like a lot of crazy weapons you can get. Like you can get like a crossbow, you can get like shotguns and all that good stuff. It's actually a lot of fun. I really like it. I would really like them to make another one at some point in time, because this one is definitely a really good game, and not many people I know talk about it, so yeah, definitely a really cool and interesting game that's only on the regular Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's only on there. It may be made on like PC or something, but I could be wrong. Alright, so now we got one more game for the final thing, and this one is one I was not expecting to getting. In fact, it's a game that I didn't really know too much about. In fact, I still don't, because it's a game that I haven't even played yet, and that is Arc the Lad Collection. Yeah. I was surprised that like this thing is like such in like good condition. I mean, it's not really often like that you see these in general, or that you see these at all, but yeah, it definitely looks really nice. and it does have everything too, but I'm not gonna like go into like full detail on that, but I will do that on when I do a video on some of the collector's edition games, because you know I do want to do a video on like all my collector's edition games and talk about them and talk about the stuff and whatnot, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. I might do that around like, I don't know, maybe around my birthday or something, but then again that's kind of far away. But either way though, from what I know about this game, it's apparently it's a tactical RPG, and this game is actually like 5 discs, which is pretty crazy. And it has like it has like every single Arc the Lad game on the PlayStation from 1 to has Arc the Lad 1 to 4, and Arena, which is a spin-off game. Yeah, sorry, I had to remember that, but yeah, so because unfortunately I haven't played this one yet, but I will get around to it eventually, and yeah, like it looks like a really interesting game, and now you're probably thinking about the price I paid, and let me explain this, because I know if I tell you how much I paid for it, you won't believe me. So what happened was that I was doing an outing with my grandma, and after we were done, on the way back, we happened to go past by the game place that I go to, or one of many. And this game was there, and I was debating either getting this or Lunar Silver Star Story, which came in its box and everything, but the box was really damaged, and it was a lot more expensive than this one, so I wasn't sure if I wanted it right away. But pretty much Lunar was like 140, but you know, like I said, it was damaged, but it did have the silk map, which was kind of cool. And then there was this, which was in like perfect condition, and it was something that I've never experimented with, but it's something I would like to be, you know, it was something I was interested in, but I didn't know much about it. But you know me, like I'm always open to try new things, so this game was sold for about $100, but I only paid $50 because my grandma offered to pay half of it for me, which I thought was really nice and surprised the hell out of me, because I was like, really, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'll pay half of it for you because, you know, this is something that you'd really want, and, you know, yeah. So yeah, that's the whole thing, because I know if I told you, like, yeah, I paid $50 for it, like, you guys probably wouldn't believe me, so that's why I had to explain that. But either way, though, definitely can't wait to try this one out. So that's absolutely everything for when it comes to games and such, and well, I'm very happy with it as always, because, you know, I like collecting games that I like, or games that interested me in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, that's definitely a lot of cool stuff. And just so you know, like I already said, I'm moving soon, so this will be the last time I'll be in this house, or you're gonna see me in this house anyway. And then yeah, I'll do a room tour when I get to the new house like next year, like I always do. And not only that, but yeah, like I won't be doing any more like videos where I'm using, like, you know, the camera. Like this will be the last one I'll be for a little while, because, you know, like shit will be like crazy. But I will still be doing my reviews for random games, because, you know, at least I don't have to use a camera. I just need to record my voice and get footage, and, you know, that doesn't take that much, so, you know, at least that works fine. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. So either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and commenting.